have another chance, but it's going to be a best of 5 in the lane have access to as well. But some will work out for him. Couple of creeps slip into the tower range, so looks like this wave is going to end up pushing. But while this is happening up top, Daze somehow finds first blood. They're able to take down Skem, who's still level 1 on the Mirana. They hit level 2. Blade can come online as down bottom. Hellstream is trying to go for the Lotus here. Kidaro could be in some trouble. And with the Wild Armor coming in, he's actually off the mark with the onslaught. Kidaro surviving longer than he had any business living. And Hellstream is going to be fine. He does not pay the price. I seem to be having some trouble. Not really dominating the lane as hard. Back mid lane, Skem's actually going to TP. They're going to try and take down the Slardar here. Starstorm gets dropped and that's just the Slardar dead. Yopaj finds the kill and he's just going to TP back to base. Be in time for the first power minute rune. And while this is happening down bottom, they also find the Ancient Apparition. Halfway to level 6 as well on Tomato on the Terrorblade. But looks like Hellstream could be in some trouble. The Cold Feet does proc. The silence from Daze was perfect. Now Yamato wants some revenge, popping the Metamorphosis here, but he's not really in range to zone out any of these heroes. But Slardar gets his blink. And I imagine Stormstorm is probably going to go straight for the item. Not really look to stop for an Echo Saber as Skem could be in some trouble. Daze actually being body blocked really well by the Mirana. Daze could be in some trouble. The toss, the right click, the tree grab. Oh, it connects! Skem! And Daze knows what's going on here. He has no vision. He's gonna walk up and see Skem. Skem gets the Watcher, and Daze could be in some trouble. Still level 5 on the Muerta. Does not have a Dispel. He's gonna be falling. And Hellstream linking forward for more. Want to get the other members on the side of OG here. A Shad infested to Kidaro. They are just gonna leave. Good Observer Ward as well by Shopify Rebellion. Setting up one. Being resilient to that damage or buying any auras that shut you down. And Pulverize attempted. The silence comes through, but it's a bit too late. Scam connected with the arrow. That's the death of the Slardar. Shopify Rebellion. He is infested with Shad in him, and they'll only find Hellstream. A completely acceptable death for Shopify Rebellion. Hellstream, he reveals 3 heroes. Sure, he dies in the process, but that's all. And look at this. They're not even content to just sit idly by and farm away. They want blood, as they do find Daze. Blinking from Stormstormer. It's a good crush that connects onto 3, but there's no follow-up. Yopaj finally ends up falling with the Ice Blaster Mixer coming in on the Pangolier, but I don't know if this is going to be enough. You do get 2 very relevant kills. You take down the mid and the off-laner, but you still lost 2. And Tomato, he's still farming away on the Terrorblade. This is not... But again, I don't know if that shot is going to change all that much. Hellstream will be spotted. Will be taken down as well. No chance to save the Ricky. And you've got so much space on the map. OG, he said that for their lineup to work, they need to be making the kills happen. And it looks like finally they're starting to do that. You're gonna find the Primal Beast as well after killing off the Ricky. I wonder if there's a world where you actually just build Glyphony for the increased AoE on the Slytherin Crush. Well, they do end up fighting Hellstream here again. Ice Blast flying through it will clip the Ricky. The Ricky trying to play around the Smoke Cloud to survive, but Stormstormer eventually gets the kill. And a Moonlight Shadow pop by Shopify. They want to find some revenge here. They're going to go in on the Pangolier, but you still have the Rolling Thunder at ready. Mixer with the Swashbuckle does get away, thinking about popping it, but no. OG, they're more than happy to just run away. In fact, they might just get Yopaj here on the Tiny, whose blink has been disabled courtesy of the Cold Feet. Rolling Thunder committed. OG will strike back. Shopify. Stormstormer is infested. The Wild Armor could be in some trouble. He's got the BKB and might as be forced to pop it. Turns it around, gets the Pulverize off on the Slardar. The Slardar in a lot of trouble. The Ice Blast is going to fly through, but it doesn't connect. It does not find the right heroes. The Wild Armor is going to be okay for the time being. Hellscream will fall though. And it seems like OG have bit off more than they can chew, using all of their abilities as now Yopa jumps in. Didn't really get the toss back though, so yeah. Full Locket done now for the Terrorblade, going for the Hurricane Pike next. Observer actually spots out Kidaro and he's in some trouble. Shad will try to infest him, but he's a bit too late. Dead shot, did connect. And Stormstormer Wants to jump in, but doesn't have any backup. Pangolier is farming in the top lane. Oh, Daze, what a beautiful dead shot, keeping him alive against Yopaj for the time being. But it's not enough. The toss comes through. It was cute to look at. But really, that's all it was. They need to find the Terrorblade. And the Terrorblade, he's keeping distance against these OG members. Smoke up now from their side. And well, Hellscream, he is going to be the prime candidate. Yopaj jumps in trying to buy some time, but is not going to succeed. The Vilaba with the Pulverize, those stops Mixer's roll midway. Shad forced to jump out, trying to go onto Yopaj. Ice Blast will connect onto two, and that just might have done the trick here. They will be able to take down the Tiny. They take down the Primal Beast as well. Kintaro puts his team on his back on that team fight. You don't really want to be putting your eggs in the Ice Blast basket. Skadaro is going to be taken down. Attempts to throw out an Ice Blast. Hopefully find someone, but no such luck. And okay, Orchid popped here. No Manticide available for Shad. He will take full damage from that Soul Burn. So walks away, infests into Stormstormer, and Stormstormer is going to be able to get away, but not going to be the case for Daze, who gets caught out by the Vilaba on the Primal Beast. Continue farming on the Terrorblade. And OG haven't found a relevant response. They were a bit outmatched in lanes. As I say that, Shad actually gets caught out here. The Soul Burn upon him does not have the Dispel. Shad's dead. Mixer trying to go forward, trying to find the Terrorblade. He will succeed. So it is a trade at the end of the day. But OG might actually come out ahead on that one. Sure, you lose Shad, but you kill the Terrorblade. You get the Ricky as well. We'll see if such is the case. Hellscream in the mid lane has to be a bit careful here. One crush, and he is a dead man. And I think they should know. Yep, Smoke Cloud dropped. No, it buys the Hellscream Ricky some time. 4-staff away, and Ricky might actually live. Shad could be in some trouble. Now popping the rage as the Wailama with the BKB is trying to run away the Uproar, making him tanky though, and he's not the easiest lizard to kill. But the Ricky is another story. They do find him. But that's a lot of ultimates coming in from the side of OG, and only a Ricky found. And now Yopaj looking to go in, toss back, does connect, they get the silence onto Daze, and that's going to be a Muerta going down here. Yopaj setting up that kill. And potentially Roshan too for Shopify Rebellion. OG, they can still fight, and well, they're going to find Skem to that end. Two supports dead, Shopify. Question is, do they still want to go for this Rosh? Scepters that you might buy on the side of Shopify. And well, this Rosh should be going the way of OG, but a good Smoke Cloud drop as Yopaj gets the toss back on Stormstormer. He's dead. And now Shad in a world of trouble. His rage already popped. Yopaj trying to steal the Aegis. He will get it. Oh wait, he does not get it. Never mind, excuse me. Shad gets it. He's going to respawn instantly. And Mixer, well, that's his Rolling Thunder gone now. As the side of Shopify Rebellion look to punish the rest of the members of OG who have already lost Stormstormer. They'll lose Daze. Shad will TP out. But that's the Aegis gone. And I don't think OG are too pleased with that. They for sure. As Shopify, they actually smoke up and get a very deep Observer Ward. Oh, and they see Mixer. Mixer could be in trouble. They're waiting around for him. Tossback's gonna be there. The Metamorphosis pop. Mixer somehow surviving with the Solar Crest. The smoke preventing the Rolling Thunder from coming out. The Ricky tries to get the kill and he will succeed. The illusion does the work. But Tomato has lost his life in the process, and Stormstormer is on the hunt for Mo. Yopa tries to 4-staff out. And finally, the Ice Blast. It'll expire the debuff. Not gonna proc him low enough for him to shatter. Good blink out as well. This Tiny playing with fire here, still holding on to the Yule Scepter. And look at that, the Wailama goes in, just says, hi, I'm here, and gets the hell out. And that's enough of a distraction for Yopaj to get out. So he can just man-fight the Terrorblade if he finds the real one. Wailama though, he wants to go in, maybe try and find Shad, but a good dead shot from Daze is going to keep Shad alive and healthy for now. Yopaj goes in, turns his attention towards the Muerta. The Muerta's dead. Shad finally popping the rage, trying to take down the Primal Beast, but he's a bit too tanky, and Shad's all alone here. He's got no friends, no help, no teammates, looking for an infest target. Will try, but will fail. The creep killed off, the toss comes through, and Shopify Rebellion, they get the kill onto Shad, a far more relevant kill than Dawai Lama. Stormstormer just did not have a good time, and well, it's going to continue to be the case in the late game here. Yamato pops the Metamorphosis. They want to try and go high ground. Good catch by Yopaj, though, and that might just be Stormer dead. He's down without buyback. He did not pop the BKB. Mixer in trouble as well, losing so much HP, but the Solar Crest will keep him alive. As Tomato turns his attention back towards the racks. Somehow the courier in the midst of all that found a gem, but Health Scream, is he going to be able to get out? The Cold Feet procs, the dead shot clips, but the Ricky is alive for the time being, and Tomato, before they disengage, before they lose the Metamorphosis, and he will be able to find it. Shad doing his best to clean up these illusions, but the Wild Llama goes in with the Pulverize, the Ice Blast flying through, Shad dropping really low, and they will be able to get the kill on the Lifestealer. That's Lifestealer down for 80 seconds, no buyback. The Wild Llama finding the picks, Tomato cleaning up the backlines as Daze buys back to try and hold on, otherwise you're going to lose even more structures here on the side of OG. But I think at this point, that's a given. There's no buyback. Oh, Yopaj though with the 4-star play, he actually pushes the Muerta into his team and tosses her back as they will fight Daze. That's a dieback on the Muerta. He will lose his life in the process. The Wild Llama also dropping low. Shopify, they might have actually built up more than they can chew as Mixer gets away with the Ogre Seal Totem, but the Wild Llama, oh, he's somehow gonna survive. Shopify Rebellion, they get greedy and get away with it. As finally, a semblance of a play coming out, but there's a full Blood Taunt finished up on Yamato. They'll take down Stormer. No Sunder coming through from the Terrorblade. And he will lose his life. As OG, they get a couple of kills, but it's already mega creeps. You clean up 3, but I don't know if you're coming back in this one, folks. Full Wind Waker done now for the Tiny. And who do they see? They don't know Shad's here, but the Moonlight Shadow is going to help them scout out the Slaughter. They're going to go for Stormer here. Shad thinking about the Infest. Clipped by the Shiva's Guard, but he might just be forced to run away here. Ice Blast flying through. Connects onto 2. But nobody else from OG is making their way here. Yopaj goes back in, and the range was not enough. He could not get the TP out on Shad. Shad in some trouble. Arrow flies through, does not connect, but it does not matter. Yopaj has the Arcane Rune, he has the Avatos. That's the death of the Lifestealer, and this just might be game here. OG, you don't have your mid laner, you don't have your off laner. The killing blows, the final nails in the coffin as OG slowly get lowered 6 feet under. And Mixer, a roll in vain, as Shopify Rebellion will take game number 1 in the semi-finals. Charges now of Demonic Purge. Do a lot of things right. And Shopify Rebellion, if they can once ahead just get off to a good start in these lanes and, you know, get ahead in terms of net worth by a slight bit, then they're going to be able to just win out this game. Kitaro could be in some trouble, but it's actually Mixer down bottom who gets first blood by killing off Skem. Did have to chase for it quite a bit. Skem made them work. And Yamato's flying out the power treads. Up top though, Kitaro. Not shackled up, but it's Hellscream who's probably going to fall here. Fairy Fire, not enough to keep him alive. They get the kill. Onto the Shadow Shaman. The Shadow Demon is the superior. Next minute mark coming through. He's gonna get his farm going and pick up the Aghanim Scepter. Mid lane, Stormer does get the DD, and Yopaj could be in a lot of trouble. Hellscream's there. You've got some backup, but that still might be a bit too much damage. They're gonna pop the Ghost Ship anyway. They're gonna try and take down the Shadow Demon, and they'll get the kill first. Stormer unable to find any revenge kills and might have stepped a bit too far forward. The Disabled's coming through from Hellscream, but Daze is here on the Keeper of the Light, giving over mana to Stormer. Stormer should be able to get the kill. Hellscream falls, but Yopaj survives and from doing whatever he pleases. Down bottom, Stormer did rotate in, but might just have gotten Mixer killed here on the Terrorblade, but Mixer surviving. The raindrops keeping him tanky. Stormer running out of mana, but he wants to try and find Skem. Finally, Daze will come in on the Keeper of the Light. Stormer will have some mana, but getting clipped by the Torrent here. The Gorgon's Grass coming through. The Hex is there. The disruption a bit too late. And well, sure, you're able to create illusions of the Morphling, but you lost your mid laner. And you lost your own life too. OG again wants to try and take this Tier 1, Kitaro will create his illusions and looking to send them forward to try and kill off these Serpent Wards. will slowly start working on them. Stormstormer's gonna come in, but he's gonna get instantly hexed up. Has the Arcane Rune though, so he's got a lot of mana to work with over here. The Keeper of the Light is there as well, as Skem is dropping low, not falling just yet. And Stormstormer will get himself a double kill. Eventually they take down the Tinker, looking for Yamato next, but he has got a big one, and he's not easy to take down. And while this was happening, the Lama, he did find a trade. Meteor Hammer was finished up for him, so he gets the tier 1. What's he got flying out on the courier now? Just a TP scroll. Down bottom Storm. Wait, what? Oh, no. Tomato. I think he walked into the Watcher. The target would be the Beastmaster. Shad, if he goes down here, gonna be slowing down the pace of the game by quite a margin. But Aurora is gonna be popped. They're gonna try and take down Divine Llama, who doesn't have any allies for the time being, but does have a Fat Bond and a couple of Lotuses. So it's gonna be okay. Just walks that one off. Yopaj comes in, gets the kill onto the Beastmaster. OG, they pop the Roar, but they're the ones who lose their core heroes. And Yopaj, he's still really tanky. He's got the Ghost Ship Rum buff to work with. Stormstormer running out of mana trying to take down this Kunkka. They'll eventually get him. But the meat's on the table. Shad's already dead. And Divine Llama. Oh, Mixer. Getting some good body blocks off, but dropping a bit low. Sunder's gonna be popped. Divine Llama's low on mana, and they get the kill. Finally, OG. So that evasion is definitely gonna be relevant. But up top, they pop the Roar. They're gonna try and find Health Scream. There's no way you're gonna save that chicken. It is meant to be eaten, in the words of my favorite caster. He goes around the map. He gets other heroes to him. He gives your allies teleport, basically. That's what he does. That's what this hero is really good at. Well, Divine Llama is good at standing in the front lines and revealing smokes, because he doesn't die easy. They are gonna pop the Ghost Ship to try and take down Mixer. Mixer dropping. No, Mixer's dead. Stormstormer, he went in, but now getting stunned up by the Tentacle Surprise, and the Shackles come through as well. That's a dead Storm Spirit. Yopaj making things happen here for the side of Shopify Rebellion, and they're not done yet. He is chasing for more, but he will give up on the chase. Looks nothing the Shadow Demon could do to survive. In days, he's getting his allies up here. They want to try and make something happen. Bring over Stormstormer and Shad, and look at that, Stormstormer, he jumps in, but a good Shackle coming through from Hellscream, controlling up the Storm Spirit, buying some time. They get the Morphling the once, Hellscream's gonna fall, but can they get Yamato? That's the bigger question. Yule Scepter from Daze to cancel out the TP. They should be able to find the Morphling. The mana burns there from Mixa and his illusions, and they kill off Tomato. The rest looking for the Sergeant Kaya next. A really good game so far. Mid lane though, they do end up catching out the Shadow Demon, but a quick disruption gonna keep him alive. Roar by the Beastmaster, straight on top of Hellscream on the Shadow Shaman, but it's Hellscream who turns things around with the Shackle on top of Stormstormer. Stormstormer though will be healed up, stays alive for now, and finally with Mixer coming in, they'll get the Shadow Shaman. This time around, it's roast chicken for dinner. Well, they're gonna find Skem too. On the back of that, the Tinker gonna fall. Divine Llama to be next as Shopify Rebellion lose 3. This time around, OG, they get a clean engagement. Shad with the double kill. Veil of Discord finished up as well, looking for the Shiva's Guard next. And it looks like Shopify Rebellion aren't on the same page at all. Haven't really gotten much done. OG, they had the slightly slower start, but once their lineup started to come online with the Keeper of the Light, they're just owning the map, and Skem falls again. Shad gets the kill with the Roar. Shopify Rebellion, they've got no response. They're not finding anyone here. Kidaru's just been able to shove this wave out in the mid lane so many times. The disruption gonna keep him alive. Buying time as the TP comes through, but the tidal wave will push him back into the waiting arms of the Kunkka. Stormstormer zipping in, looking for the right target, gets on top of Hellscream. Hellscream might be in some trouble here, but gets the Shackle off. The Storm Spirit could be in some trouble. No Roar for Shad, but he will still jump in. Ghost Ship flying through. Can they get the kill onto Stormstormer? He's rooted up. The Holy Locket keeping him alive, but finally the tidal wave comes through. They get the kill, but in the meantime, Shad was able to clean up the Shadow Shaman. Yamato, he's here though on the Morphling, and he's transformed into the Terrorblade himself. Pops the Metamorphosis and just secure the next big objective for his team. And that might actually have been the opening that OG were waiting for. They're gonna pop the Roar. The mana burn's there from the diffusal blade from Mixer. They get the kill out of Dawai Lama. Dawai Lama bites the dust. Shot. But the cover has been laid down from Skem with the March of the Machines as Yopaj with the X has caught out Mixer. Tidal Wave though does not connect, and Yamato will be able to pick up the Aegis. Stormstormer attempted to go for the steal but will not find it, and Dawai Lama will pop the Stone Gaze to secure the escape. OG, they still want to chase here though. Seem to be trying for Yopaj. And well, Chad goes in with the roar, but the defense matrix is there along with the Glimmer Gate, keeping the Kunkka alive. Push flying through, Essence Ring popped as well. Can they take down the Kunkka? No, another heal coming through. They will finally be able to take down Kunkka, but they've lost so much in the meantime. No mana on the Storm. Your Shadow Demon's dead and Mix up the Metamorphosis. Shopify Rebellion with their Aegis, they can really punish the side of OG for making that move. And look at this Yamato, he's not just done yet, he wants blood. He's not happy just getting structures here, but Chad jumps back in and they take down the Morphling. The rest of Shopify Rebellion are in the vicinity though, and a beautiful Gleipnir actually catching out 3. The Meteor Hammer connects onto 2, Shad dropping low. Sunder pop by Mixer to try and stay alive as Stormstormer will find Hellscream, and this might just be a free fight for the Storm Spirit, but Days now coming back up. As Shopify Rebellion will be forced to back off, and that was the Aegis. Stormstormer now working on the Medusa, who could be in some trouble, but Dawai Lama does have a lot of mana to work with over here. He's gonna need Days to come in and give him some mana over if he wants to try and take down this Deusa, who's standing toe-to-toe with the Storm Spirit, who has 18 Galvanized Shadow Demon, actually, excuse me. Oh, someone else who got teleported over. And Dawai Lama just runs away. Able to get back to safety. But Yopaj, not gonna be the case for him. He gets cleaned up with the Roar. Shad setting up for that kill again. Mixer is the one who finds it on the Terror Blade. For a second there. But Yamato is closing in on the Butterfly. And might actually be in some trouble. Does not have the Manta style. That Reflection doing a number on the Morphling. They bring in the number of heroes, and well, Chad gets the kill. Finally, Dawai Lama is going to come through and they clean up the Keeper of the Light, but you've lost your position 1. Where's the damage going to come from? I mean, yeah, X mark him up, torrent him, throw him up in the air, just throw everything you want on the TV, but he does not give a rat's ass about this. One up, or maybe even set off his power treads to make room for that item. But, yeah, he's gonna choose to go for something else instead, as they do pop the Roar on the Medusa. Mixer comes through with the help of the Recall, the Keeper of the Light, making sure that they have the damage to take down every target that gets roared up. Refresher up pop, they take down the Kunkka, and Scam, Ghost Scepter, TP out, but not successful. The Youth Scepter was there to cancel it. Chad beyond godlike. Honestly, this one looks like a goner. I don't think Shopify Rebellion have enough fuel in the tank to take this to the late game. They should the smoke of their own. They want to try and get something done here. 2 Raxes down. It's not going to be easy. Definitely not without the vision. And Daze is going to break the smoke. A smoke popped by OG, but it breaks instantly as well. Hellscream jumps in onto the Shadow Demon. A good fight, but there's no follow-up. And Hellscream is going to drop. Yopaj falls without even getting his board off. Shad with the Roar, fighting the Tinker as well. They've lost 3 in the blink of an eye. Shopify Rebellion down for the count. And they tap out. They're done. OG will take game number 2. Shad on the safe lane Beastmaster can't do it. Darkseer Pangolier. This facet, it does scale better. Surprisingly does not. Still waiting for the goal as they do find first blood up top. Skem gets the kill onto the Tusk and they might not be done yet. Mixer dropping low. Force. Mid lane though. Yopaj. He can play for the Water Room, will not get it. Could be in some trouble. Shot a bit off the mark, but the damage is still there. They get the kill. Skem didn't have the Nightmare. And Daze might end up falling here. Last right click coming through. Skem will get the kill, and now Hellscream's here as well. Do they want to duke it out with Stormstormer? No, Stormstormer, it's gonna be fine. Good D-Ward coming out by Daze in the nick of time. And they're gonna try and make an attempt for Yopaj here, who's still holding on to the Sleight of Fist. And well, Scan comes in, gets a double kill. Taking down both the Pangolier and would be able to get the rune. Daze might just beat him to the top 1. Sleight of Fist. Chain is there. Shards blocking him, but Skem's here with the Nightmare. They secure the rune. And Daze gonna be taking some damage here at the very least. Oh my god, they nearly find the kill with the Sleight of Fist pass it there. The Brain Sap doing a lot of damage, but Stormstormer might be able to find the kill on Skem, but Skem actually bounced up to the high ground. Good positioning coming out from him, and now Stormstormer in some trouble. Tries to swashbuckle away, but a Nightmare from Skem is going to put that Pangolier back into the middle of danger, back into the middle of all of these Shopify Rebellion heroes. OG. It is courtesy of the Morphling and the Ember Spirit having a really good time. And well, this game, it only gets better. Skem has the Nightmare at the ready. Mixer trying to stand his ground, but is not going to succeed. Shad TP'd in on the Faceless Void, but he had no allies. Wisdom Shrine stolen. And a kill found as well. As Yamato is going to get caught down by the Chronosphere somehow. He saw that coming, but Chad, without the Chronosphere, does need to respect the Timbersaw's presence. As up top, they do find Kitaro. Yamato gets the kill, but Stormstormer's here with the Rolling Thunder. They're going to try and take down Dubai Llama, but yeah. A cute TP out attempted from the Timbersaw. It's not going to work though. Shad, well, no, and he's actually TPing himself over to Yopaj. He's got the Sleight of Fissuring Chains at the ready. Down bottom, they're going to try and make a play for Dubai Llama. The chain is good, but it's not going to be enough. Shad did go for 4 points in time dilations. If you pop both your chakrams in the Timber Chain, that is a lot of damage over time. But mid lane, Yopaj actually able to clean up Stormstormer, who had just TP'd into the mid lane. Yamato also being recalled over. This is going to be a tier 1 taking down. The Siege Wave is at the ready. OG are not here to protect this. In fact, Mixer might just give up another kill over to Yopaj on the Ember, who's having a fantastic game so far. Daze tried to pop the snowball to save his ally, but he might be in some trouble as well. But the Chronosphere comes in from Shad. The damage over time, is it enough? Yes, it is. The Ice Path from Kitaro catches him out. I know it wasn't there. It wasn't visible. The kill gets teleported back to the mid lane. And Shopify Rebellion continue to exert pressure on the map. Stormstormer did TP down bottom here. He needs to get out of here. He cannot pop the roll with the Searing Chains on him. Can they actually get enough damage through? Yes, they can. The Vailama comes in. The Twisted Chakram Facet. At this point, I think the bigger issue is not using the Chronosphere to get kills. The Vailama is going to show himself top. They have the damage to bring down the Timbersaw. They're going to drop the Ice Path. Backrify is going to be there as well. Skem's there with the Nightmare. He's going to Nightmare up the Faceless Void. And the Vailama with the Essence Ring is surviving for now. You might be forced to pop the Chronosphere. Grip coming in now, and you don't have ways to cancel it. The damage is more than enough. Shopify Rebellion, they trade 1 for 1, but a trade they're happy with. The carry, and they lose their off lane. And mid lane, they aren't done yet. Yopaj able to find the Pangolier. Stormstormer in a lot of trouble. Did not have the Rolling Thunder. Yamato gets the kill. Shopify Rebellion continue to fire on all cylinders while Oats and Y 20 minutes in. This guy has a lot of farm for an Ember. Stormstormer. Uh-oh. Has a couple of wand charges, but the damage might just be a bit too much as Hellscream comes in. And well, and Stormstormer just struggling to pick up his blink. Yamato, I turn my attention elsewhere on the map and this man gets another kill. There, oh, wait, what on earth just happened there? The Nightmare somehow got broken by the Illuminate that flew through ages ago. Stormstormer will finally pop the Rolling Thunder, but again, they're not finding the Ember just yet. Shad forced to pop the Time Walk. Nice Ice Path by Kitaro, but now the Vailama's in on the Timbersaw. Asserting himself, Yamato comes in on the Morphling as well. Pops the Time Dilation, one of the better spells to have against the Void as well. Void himself is susceptible to it. Yamato dispels the Time Dilation on him and it continues to chase forward while Yopaj cleans up the Jakiro. Daze pops the Snowball, trying to survive. You've got Chronosphere. It might be now or never. Chains coming in though, and they hold the Faceless Void in place. Yamato jumps in. They take down the Darkseer. They're on the high ground. There's no creep wave around. OG. Stormstormer though, he is in no man's land. He's gonna be punished. By who? By the No Man Authority. Trying to pop the Rolling Thunder. The chains don't come out quickly enough, but elsewhere on the map, Yamato cleaned up Kitaro. And Stormstormer gonna get gripped up. Shad, he's trying to gate the hell out of there, but he's gonna get Yuled up, brought down. Chronosphere popped in just to run away and TP out. Oh, that's the worst kind of Chronosphere. Hasn't pushed in far enough, so these tier 3 still standing. But Shad could be in some trouble. Yamato zips in, but a good counter initiation coming in from Daze with the punch. Yamato not at all intimidated though. Pikes forward. And a good two-man chains coming out from Yopa. Just gonna allow for the clean up on both the supports. And Yamato gonna get started on the tier 3 backdoor protection. Finally broken. Lots of handle as Yamato is going straight for the jugular. Wall drop. They need to do something and they need to do it now. If they're OG, they're gonna try. Ice Path committed, but it's all on a Timbersaw. A Timbersaw who's got an Aghanim Scepter who does not give two hoots about what OG are doing. Yopaj in the meantime cleans up the Faceless Void. Sure, the age expires on Yamato, but he's still healthy. And he can still stand his ground. Daze attempting to snowball towards the Timbersaw, but the Timbersaw tanky as all heck. Deals so much damage. A buyback now coming through from the OG member. Shad doesn't have Crow's Fear for another 43 seconds as Yamato is just on cleanup duty, cleaning up the Jakiro. Another buyback committed from the side of OG. And uh-oh, the Faceless Void caught out by the Ice Path from Yamato, who turned into the Jakiro. But well, good vacuum. No wall to follow up, but yeah, OG expending so many buybacks, and the Vailama's just like, well, what you gonna do? Standing outside the base, popping the reactive armor. No concerns whatsoever. And Yamato will be like, okay, well, you know what? I am gonna go back for the racks. Snowball in from Daze. He's gonna be in so much trouble here. He does not have buyback on the Tusk. Shard's actually blocking himself, and Yamato picks up that kill. While on the back line, the Vailama, he picked up a Meteor Hammer. Just utter disrespect coming in from this man. He's like, we got this game. You better call it, otherwise I'm gonna buy a Meteor Hammer and do it my damn self. Good vacuum into Chronosphere, but no follow-up. You just do not have damage on the Void, and OG tap out. They're done. It will be Shopify Rebellion who move on to the winner bracket finals. OG are gonna have to make it to the grand finals from the lower bracket.